Hey everybody, this is Dakota from DentalPro, and today we're going to talk about how I became a dental assistant while going through my undergrad. When I applied to dental school, I had an insane number of hours logged under dentistry and shadowing experience, and I have no doubts that it played a huge role in my success through the dental application process. So how was I able to get that job, and what things can you do to get more dental experience? Let's find out. So when I started my undergrad, I didn't know any dentists or anyone that worked in a dental office. I was in a new town and I had no real connections to anything, so I had to start from scratch. Now on top of this, the school that I went to for undergrad was in a small town with only a few dentists. And those dentists just so happened to get bombarded by pre-dental students every single year because those students were asking to shadow all the time. So even if I was able to find a dentist who would be willing to let me in, my chances to stay in that dental office for an extended period of time were really not good because I didn't have anything to bring to the table. Long story short though, I did end up finding a few dental offices to shadow in, and one of them actually ended up hiring me on as a dental assistant, and I have worked there for going on 4 years now. So here's the backstory to how I ended up with that position through my undergrad, and I hope that it helps you guys with your abilities to network with the dentists in your area. Okay, so first off, when I started school, I knew that I had some dental work that needed to get done. And so I ended up going to a local dental office to get my treatment done. And after the dentist had finished working on me, I explained to him that I was a pre-dental student and that I wanted to see if he would be willing to let me shadow him in his office for 1 day. And anyway, this dentist stated that he normally didn't allow pre-dental students to shadow him, but because I was a patient of his, he was going to allow me to shadow him for 1 day. And that was my in. So now that I had this 1 day to shadow, I made absolutely sure that I was as professional and pleasant as possible in the office. This opportunity was like my golden egg, and if I screwed it up, I was pretty much out of options. So anyway, when I shadowed there, I made sure to act the part and really seem like I was a part of the office to the patients, and I was extremely careful to stay out of the way of the staff so as to not cause any issues with the day-to-day operations. And after a few hours of seeing procedures and the doctor-patient interaction that took place, I found myself actually talking with the doctor's son, who was 16 years old at the time, and he happened to be sterilizing instruments as a summer job. And anyway, he explained to me the process of sterilizing instruments and tearing down rooms, and I just kind of talked to him for a while, and eventually I asked to see if I could help with sterilization. And by the end of the day, I was actually helping him with tearing down rooms and sterilizing instruments and all of those things that you have to do after a patient leaves an operatory. So I stuck to this job for the rest of the day, and I made sure that I did it as perfect as I possibly could, since I knew that this was the only thing that I knew how to do at this point. And yeah, just kind of did that for the rest of the day. Now at the end of the day, I talked to the doctor who owned that dental office. I talked to him for just a quick minute, and I explained to him how grateful I was for the opportunity to be in his office. And without trying to sound desperate, I basically pleaded for 1 more day. And here's the thing, because I was pleasant and professional, the doctor allowed me to come back for another day. Anyway, the next day turned into a few more days and then a few more weeks shadowing, and then the doctor allowed me to stay in the office for literally a whole month just to volunteer with sterilization, tearing down rooms, and restocking supplies. And by the luck of the draw, he ended up hiring me on to work as an extra hand in the office. So over time, I was trained to do a few more things, which included making bleach trays, retainers, bite guards, and then eventually I got trained on to be a chairside dental assistant, and I ended up actually working with patients on a daily basis. And all in all, through all of that time, I ended up racking up over 2,000 hours of paid dentistry experience, which I was then able to report on the ADSAS, as well as get an incredible letter of recommendation from the dentist that I worked for. And I also used that time as an internship opportunity while I was going through my undergrad. So what can you take away from this story? If you are given an opportunity to shadow in a dental office, don't blow your chances of coming back. Be as professional as you can at all times and show the office that you are a selfless hard worker. There's a ton of opportunities that can come to you if you are simply pleasant professional, and just willing to selflessly work hard. My mindset when I was going through all of these experiences was that even if I was never hired on, I was willing to work for free, honestly, for as long as they would allow me to work there, because I knew that it was going to be excellent experience and it was something that I actually enjoyed doing. So keep that in mind as well. So one thing that you can do is actually think about who you would want to have work in your office if you were the dentist. And based on what you think those attributes are, try and mirror those attributes and make sure you do everything you can to try and become that person that you would want to have in your office. The whole process of shadowing and networking takes time, and I know that sacrificing your time while in your undergrad and prepping for dental school can be a really hard thing to do because you're studying and you have a lot of things on your plate. But if it helps to improve your chances of getting into dental school, it's absolutely worth it. The opportunities to work in a dental office do not grow on trees. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on the subject, and I really hope that helps you guys with how to approach dentists in your area. So thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome. We'll see you in the next video. Keep living the dream.